Hey everyone, Tim Stoddard here with Stodzy Internet Marketing. Today, I'm going to go over a common situation that happens with us and our customers when we have a treatment facility that has multiple locations. We often come across the conundrum of how do we market all of these locations? Do we put all the locations on one website? Do we build out websites for each location? Do we need to have separate Google My Business profiles for each location? The answer is nuanced. And in this video, I'm going to show you some examples about how it can work both ways depending on your circumstances. I'm going to start with a website that I am fond of. Full disclosure, I don't work there anymore. I haven't been a part of this company for some time, but I moved to Nashville years ago to build the digital marketing department for Journey Pure. And me and the team there did work that I'm really, really proud of. And I worked with some like amazing professionals there that I learned a lot of. So I learned a lot from. So I wanted to start with that just to make sure you guys know that I'm slightly biased here because I really like the work that we did here. So here's how Journey Pure has built out their website and their facilities. What JourneyPure has done is they have a very strong corporate website. So journeypure.com is by far their strongest domain out of all the websites that they had. And they created locations tabs for each one of their facilities. And then they SEO'd each one of these pages for the state. So for instance, if we click on this page right here, you can see Tennessee Drug and Alcohol Rehab. It's really that simple. And they put the cities right here, Nashville and Murfreesboro, Tennessee, in the H1 tag in hopes that Google recognizes both the state and the cities. But for the most part, this page is trying to rank for the state of Tennessee. So anytime that somebody Googles drug rehab Tennessee, Journey Pure is trying very hard to rank for that keyword. They put all of their experiential content on this page. And this is important because a lot of times what you do is you take the photos, you take what we call the experiential content. When someone is shopping around for different treatment facilities, they want to know what their experience is going to be like. And so a lot of times what we recommend is putting all of the experiential content in a separate section of the website and actually putting it up here on the nav bar. So a lot of times it'll say something like about your stay or the experience, or just even an about drop down is fine. Because a lot of times what happens is people come to the website and then they end up always navigating towards the experiential pages to get an understanding of what their stay is going to be like. Journey Pure opted to do it differently, where they put their SEO, their content, their reviews, their sales copy, and their experiential pages all on this one Tennessee page. And if you look, they did the wrong page. They did the same exact thing for Kentucky. So this page right here, drug and alcohol rehab in Kentucky, same concept. All of the information that somebody is going to want to know when they're making a decision about which rehab they or a loved one needs to go to, they've done it in this page. And you can see the results. So granted, I am not in incognito mode. However, this should still give you a pretty good representation. So you can see that Google My Business is number one. And underneath some of the directories, basically all the directories, minus this one right here, English Mountain, Journey Pure is at the top of the search queries for Drug Rehab Tennessee. And you can see that this page actually goes to the Tennessee page that we just talked about. So this is really, really well executed on. Let's give it another try. Drug Rehab Kentucky. So you can see the same thing. Journey Pure did what they're supposed to do. They've put a ton of time into getting their reviews in their GMB page, but they also rank organically, basically in the same exact spot underneath a few directories. And then the Kentucky page ranks for drug rehab locations. So once again, this is very well executed on. So Journey Pure is consolidating all of their resources onto this one page, or excuse me, onto this one website. And it's great. It's a great website. They do a great job. There are other ways to do it. For instance, let's look at American Addiction Centers. So American Addiction Centers obviously has a lot of different locations. So let's use River Oaks as an example. So River Oaks is a locations page on the AmericanAddictionCenters.org corporate site. However, American Addiction Centers also has a separate website specifically for the facility. And if you can afford it, if you have the resources, if you're dedicating to really putting some resources into it, I still recommend this option. I still recommend having different websites for each one of your facilities if you're big enough where you have multiple locations. And the reason is that although the American Addiction Center's domain is much stronger, Google still recognizes that this website represents this business at this particular address. And so Google can see that this is a corporate site. And yes, they still have the address, but they have many addresses on here. Whereas this website is specific to only Tampa. River Oaks Treatment Center is a drug rehab facility that's in Tampa, Florida. And so let's see what happens. Drug rehab, Tampa. And unsurprisingly, we'll see River Oaks Treatment actually ranks above the Tampa page on the corporate site. So you can see that although it's much more of an investment, and although it's difficult to say that this is like a steadfast rule because Google can be fickle and sometimes things that happen in one example don't happen in another example, but you can see for a big city, a city with a big population, it's almost always worth it to build a website for that particular facility that lives in that city, and then still build out location pages on the corporate website. And then ideally, you rank the corporate pages for the state. It's going to be much harder to rank that way, but you can still do it with enough time and attention. And this is just a perfect example of how smart Google is and how much they still realize that this information was put together specifically for this particular resource. And because of this address on the bottom, and because of the Google My Business profile right here, that links to the actual website, Google has decided that when somebody searches for Drug Rehab Tampa, the website for the facility is still a better option than this location page that is a conglomerate of all the information. I hope you enjoyed this video. I'm going to keep doing these videos. I've gotten pretty good feedback on the first two that I did. And my goal is to educate people to build your businesses, build your treatment facilities so that you can help more people. Please leave a comment. Please subscribe to my channel. And I will talk to you guys next time. See ya.